Hey everyone, it's Monica with Mystic Maiden Oracle, bringing you another weekly reading. This one is for the week of March 21st. No, I'm just kidding. The week of March 28th. We already did that one. What do we have this week? The end of the month and April Fool's Day. And we'll ask the cards for what else. We'll see what other messages we have. We just had the spring equinox, so I was guided to the butterfly deck to see what changes are blossoming for you. Grief work. Oh, joy. But it is necessary. It's part of what we have to do, right? So just when we thought the work is done, there's more. But remember, a lot of the messages before were also about all these things, all these changes that have come about, and resolutions and how they were what you wanted. And so maybe this is just like the residual stuff of letting go, or maybe you seeing the results of doing your work. We'll get some more on that though, just what was coming in initially. Seeking and finding. Very cool. So, seeking and finding answers, seeking and finding passions, a new path. Self-employment. Nice. So maybe that's a new venture. Maybe that's something that's changed. Maybe you've gone from, working for someone or a corporation, and now you're doing your own thing. Maybe you started your own spiritually based business or otherwise. Maybe it has nothing to do with spirit and it's just a business, or some other way. Maybe you're employing people now too with your self-employment. Anyway, this one I'm getting like a quest vibe out of it too. All right, let's get some more. Fairy wishing well. Manifestation, expectations, and offerings. Oh, the number 7. Yeah, manifestation. Okay, so that's on top of the grief work card. So that, again, manifestation, that's actually what I was saying in the beginning of this, was the things that, oh, look at the coins in there too. Lots of abundance. I think there was cups. Wasn't it 3 of cups last time? On top of 2 of, wait, I don't know. I remember there being cups. Anyway, though, fairy wishing well, when you're dreaming your dreams and stuff, that's part of your manifestation. And so maybe because of your expectations and your positive frequency that you're on, it's making your wishes come true, which is part of the grief work too, because there's resolution there, and that did come up last time. So let's get more. There's like purple and white in here too. Rebirth. Good for Easter time that we're coming into. Oh yeah, Charlie? Yeah? Hi. All right, child of the moon. The moon is still coming up for us, even when we don't use the moon deck. We got 9 there too, 36. Forgiveness, transcending the ego. See, so seeking and finding, if this personal quest is just that, the personal quest, which was doing your grief work and coming to, wherever you're at right now, having your dreams come to fruition, manifesting your dreams, manifesting the life that you're wanting to live. The freedom, that would come with self-employment is maybe just another example of freedom in an area of your life where you're experiencing freedom in several areas of your life, like spiritually, emotionally, mentally, now, the stuff in the physical realm as well. And just look at the difference between the fairies too. She's very, what's the word, contemplative. She's sitting there thinking. She's reflecting, in the water, tossing her coin in there, and trusting. So giving up something too for what she wants, something of value. So even though it's maybe negative thoughts, feelings, or beliefs or whatever, we're still attached to them. So they have value. So the fact that we're willing to give those up is important because we've been with them for so long. As uncomfortable as they are, they're still comfortable. So even if that's the sacrifice or the offering that you're making to spirit for all this change that you're calling in, it is worth something, and spirit does want it because spirit wants you to have the best all the time. And so there's nothing that would make nature happier than for you to give it your pain and the things that no longer serves you, so that it can make it something beautiful and you can create the space for what's supposed to be rightfully yours. So and seeking and finding again, let's see, not again, but in more stuff. Let's see what's coming through. Forgiveness has come up also with compassion for yourself and for others, and transcending the ego, your perspective shift and being willing to let go of things. Like if people have wronged you, kind of realizing that, yes, but people make mistakes, and people are human too. So, right, we're all equal. We're all going through something. Nobody's better than anybody else. We may have skills that we have perfected, we're more proficient in than other people, but that's not to say that we're better than. And if anything, it's an opportunity to teach what you've learned and help somebody be better than they are, if that's what they want. So, anyway, if that's resonating and that's the path you're on, that's what's coming through for this so far. Get one more from the fairies. Look at all the pinks and purples too. Like even in this card, they just kind of get a little bit darker throughout. I think that that's really important. I don't know off the top of my head what pink is. I just know what comes to mind and like the feelings that I get when I see pink. And it's pretty, it's happy, it's bright, it's attention getting, it's fun, it's definitely different too. It's not red and it's not purple, it's pink. So it's like it's a combination, and there's white, and so it brings a lot of things together, which I also think speaks to how everything's connected, which is always a good reminder. Okay, last one of this deck, I promise. Crystal magic. Creation, dawn, the beginning. So yeah, we were talking about purple and white, and I was saying new beginning, rebirth energy, all that. New dawn, I love that. I actually really am loving this card. The crystals on it, just her posture, everything. Lots of femininity in this right now. There's a 3 there too. So definitely the beginning stages of something is coming, and it's your opportunity to make it everything that you wanted to. So believing in the stuff that you believe in, especially if you are, maybe if you look to, I guess what, your crystal magic, your candle magic, all that kind of stuff, your witchy stuff, believing in that, setting your intentions, writing out your intentions so that you really are manifesting the things that you're wishing. So keeping up with that, it seems like, the messages and the cards kind of stay consistent because things take time. So the things that we are undoing, that you're undoing, that you've been working on, took time to build up, to become something that needed to be broken down. And breaking it down has taken time too. So rebuilding the new is going to take a little time. And so hopefully these messages resonate with you and encourage you to keep going, keep holding your vision. They validate where you're at and what your path is, where you're headed, and they just kind of guide you and keep you on track with whatever your track is, your plan for you. So anyway, back to the femininity. The moon is there. There are female fairies there. It's a lot about creation, manifesting, forgiveness, very, kind of feminine, emotional things. And so, not that we don't love our masculine, but it's not time for that right now. It seems like now is the time to kind of give the masculine a break and let the feminine flourish right now and be, and see, what direction the water's taking her, or the air is taking her, whatever the element is that you um, tune into. How is it moving you, and what is it guiding you to do? And so really stay in that space of connecting with your intuition, your higher self, and your soul, and seeing what it wants. Okay. All right, now we'll just get a couple more can't shuffle. A couple more messages from the angels and ancestors. Shapeshifter. Ooh. Transform and unveil your gifts. I like that, especially when we talk about transcension and seeking and finding, and manifesting too. Right on top of that, you can be anything you want to be. Oh, and I started this with talking about transformation and using the butterfly deck to see where you're at, and so you have been transforming, and it seems like you're in a more stable, confident place too, to really be who you are, because authenticity and being true to yourself has been a huge theme of this reading too. And so whoever you are that is watching this, you have transformed yourself into something that you hoped you would be, or maybe even never thought you would be. Maybe something that other people never believed you would be either. And despite all of that, here you are. You have done it. And so from this, I'm getting that it's like you're ready to be whoever it is that you want to be, and that you have this understanding that you can change and you can be who you need to be too, in whatever situation you find yourself in. So adaptability. The Hunter. Track down your fears and desires. This card is, I think, great with the grief work one, and on top of seeking and finding. Like, that's what you must have been on, your path. That's what your quest was, is trying to find everything that's holding you back. And fears definitely hold you back. And your desires move you forward too, but sometimes they hold you back if you're focused on all the things that you want that you don't have. So when you're hunting those things down, so fears of inadequacy or ungratefulness or taking things for granted, or anything on that frequency, it is good to seek those out, hunt them down, and kill them, or whatever, however, to get rid of them, change them. In this case, we'll say change. Kill was a little harsh, sorry, don't know where that came from, but while hunting, but you get rid of them the best way you see fit. So if killing them is what it takes, then you kill them. If just boxing them up, whatever you do, just get rid of them, and separate them. Separate fears and desires, and then also separate desires. Define desires. Let's not separate. Define them. So Spirit's trying to get you to make a distinction between like, what do they say? Like coveting, wanting, like the jealous type of want, and actual dreams, like goals. So hopefully that makes sense. Oh, I'm feeling like Capricorn. I think my calendar said that Friday, I think it would be just this last Friday, was like the moon was in Capricorn. So maybe there's some of that energy going around too. Lots of horned animals there though. That we had like a ram and a deer and a, what is that? What is that? Dang it. I don't know. I can't remember. I want to say like ibex or something, but that just sounds super fancy and like, I don't know, but anyway. Last card, last message. Don't get distracted. Protection Guardian. Drop your shields. So, yeah, you do have to let in whatever it is that you want that you're creating. So, while still maintaining boundaries, you can let your guard down. So, hopefully that makes sense. Again, there's a couple of things in this message actually that Spirit's really asking you to know the difference between. So, seeking and finding is actually still the one butterfly card that has the writing on top that has stayed visible this whole time, is seeking and finding. And I don't think that's obviously not supposed to go unnoticed because I was just told to talk about it. Um, so, dropping your shields, seeking and finding the difference between, um, uh, boundaries and being like Fort Knox, finding balance, always about balance, right? Okay, let's see, anything else, any other messages? Just trust your intuition, trust your gut. You're always protected. Everything happens just as it should. I'm not just pulling all the cliches, out of the air there, but really that's always the message. Always a message, I should say. And so, yes, hopefully if you watched this resonated with you and you found some message that serves you and encourages you to keep going, keep dreaming, and keep healing, keep doing whatever it is you need to do. Alrighty, everybody. I will see you next week. Until then, take care. Bye.